All right, the season is hotting up. The teams are getting better. Osimhen is scoring again. Libya still wants revenge. And Vinicius Jr. did not get it, unfortunately. And then some teams are sacking their managers because they want to play Chelsea. So all this and more we'll talk about when we come back. My name is Praise. Stay tuned, don't go nowhere. Welcome back once again. My name is Praise again. This is All Stars and Chill podcast. You're joining me for the first time. Thank you for tuning in. And for those that are returning viewers, we love you. Thank you so much. So the leagues all over the world is taking shape in the La Liga, the EPL, the Italian Serie A, and even in the Turkish league. In the EPL, Man City is taking lead. Barca is taking lead in the La Liga. Well, Osimhen is making it hot in the Turkish league with Galatasaray. So we'll be talking about this and more. Now, I want to start with what happened recently. There was the Ballon d'Or award that took place in France recently. And then, some fans of these persons are saying, oh, he deserved it. Some fans of the other people are saying, no, he didn't deserve it. But Vinicius didn't get it. He was actually taunted. There was a leakage where it showed that Vinicius was actually at the top of the table to get the Ballon d'Or. And then some persons were saying, oh, he deserved it because he did X, Y, Z for the team. He carries the team, the Real Madrid team, and everything. And then there's Rodri from Man City, from nowhere, they said. And then he doesn't deserve it. And suddenly there's another leak that Rodri suddenly topping the charts to take the Ballon d'Or. And people are like, how? Where did it come from? But what I think is that UEFA management, I think they have some explanations to do. This seemed like a broad day robbery, a daylight robbery, because the Real Madrid team as a whole is forming another kind of competition. You remember that talk about getting a conference. Is it a conference competition where UEFA is not part of? And then UEFA now is organizing the Ballon d'Or that Real Madrid is supposed to win. And UEFA is like, oh no, we cannot give your boy. You are not in support of us. You want to form another. So I think that's just a conspiracy theory. But I think that's sort of what is happening between Perez and UEFA, back and forth. And then it is hitting hard on the player that is supposed to win. But Vinicius has come out to say that he will keep doing it. If he has to do it 10 times better, he will keep doing it until they see, because they are actually not ready for him. So when they are ready, they cannot deny it. But looking at the list, I don't think there's anybody as good as Vinicius in the last two seasons, both in the league and because Rodri is not an out-and-out player. He's a midfielder. Yes, we agree he scores, but then there's this spark about Vinicius that Rodri does not have. For them to give to Messi, they always look at the enchantment around him. When he holds the ball, they know something is going to happen. But when Rodri holds the ball, we don't think something is going to happen. So people were basing their decisions on this guy is a spark. Vinicius is a spark. Rodri is a midfielder. He only drives when he has to drive. But Vinicius drives at you at every point in time. That's why the fans of Vinicius are saying this was a daylight robbery. I won't blame them. Well, probably because the guy scores more goals. At least he has scored more goals this season than even Rodri. And who knows? Next season, he might come back again, definitely come back again, if UEFA says he's okay. And then there's Osimhen. That guy. To the point somebody, a former attacker in the Turkish league said that the guy is actually complaining, like, when did you guys get this guy from? He's bullying everybody in the league. He bullies every defender he comes across. Like, he goes to his defense, kicks the ball, comes to the midfield, kicks the ball, goes to the attack. He's like defender, midfielder, attacker. One person. Like, where did you get this guy from? He's too good. He's making the Turkish league sparkle. And I think the guy was like, oh no, we love this guy so much. He's making... See, that's what Napoli misses. You see, after Osimhen left Napoli, there was no spark in Napoli. Yes, they're topping their league at the moment with points. But you see that spark Osimhen brings into a team. That's what Napoli does not have again. And I don't think they'll have it again. You know, Osimhen packs fans. He has this like cultic followers. And everywhere he goes, they go with him. And then they want to make sure he's seen, he's known, and he in turn gives them a good show. So imagine an Osimhen in maybe teams like Arsenal that doesn't have an attacker, or maybe Chelsea, whose attacker, Jackson, is, you know, a little bit shaky. I wouldn't say Man U, because Man U, they're still finding their rhythm. And that brings me to Man U. You know, imagine Osimhen in any of these teams. Imagine the spark he would bring. Just like when Drogba plays and when Drogba scores, you would know that somebody scored. You know, when Drogba was playing, you would know a team is playing you, because that guy pushes you to the end. So, and then that brings me to Libya. When Osimhen tweeted about the Libya situation, somebody said, "Oh, he shouldn't have tweeted. Why did he tweet?" I like, you guys just tweet. Wait until they see Starboy's tweets. And when he tweeted, things happened. But the Libyans are not sitting down, you know, they are not lying down. They actually want to take revenge. They actually want to have their own pound of flesh against the Nigerians. I bet you if, because CAF let them go, I think CAF let them go easy. They should have gotten home match ban. Play outside your stadium. Because definitely they're going to do it again to another team, I bet you. And I don't know why they do it to teams from West Africa. Why do they do it to teams from West Africa? Do they think they are Europeans? They are Africans, fellow Africans. And then you do it to your fellow team from West Africa. Why? Cameroon, Ghana, well, they treated Ghana nice recently. But they done it to Cameroon, and then they thought doing it to Nigeria would give them another leeway, but it's like touching the tiger's tail. That's what happened to them. But, well, they can go ahead and take their revenge, you know, as at the moment, the Libyan FA is having some form of nightmare within their camp, within their rank. Something is not right. Something is not right. Somebody is saying, oh, we did it wrongly. Somebody is not just happy that that 3 points was taken away, and he's beginning to squirm. And we've not heard the last of this. I think more revelations will come from the Libyan side of the story. Somebody will definitely leak the fact that they planned this whole thing so that they'll do what they wanted to do in their side and say, oh, they did it first to us. But, you know, Nigerians are smarter than you think, you know. You think you have evidence. They have more evidence. You don't mess with that kind of thing that has stars across the continent, across the top 5 leagues in Europe, and then you want to mess up with them. Even if they don't say anything, their clubs will say something. Don't joke with these guys, man. Don't joke with Nigerians, you know. And then you are joking with their Super Eagles. Come on now. That's their darling. You don't joke with them. Anyway, some other teams, I don't know whether to call it fear. Probably they're afraid of Sunday's event, or they think, let's just do this and see what happens. Manchester United. I want to ask you guys a question. Sacking your coach, does it guarantee a free-flowing football from the next coach? Because for all I know, the next coach has to settle down, understand it. Okay, no. A friend of mine said, we'll use Leicester City to tie the knots with the new coach, and then when we get to Sunday, we'll know what to do. Leicester City will flog you first, and then you come to Chelsea. Come on now, Chelsea is visiting your home. A team that Liverpool and Slot even confessed that they are strong. You know, this Chelsea team has built over 2 seasons. They now have a stable coach that knows how to use his players. And then you have been going from disaster to disaster. Now you change your coach, and you think that coach would understand his players. The problem with Manchester United is not the coach. I will keep saying it. It is not the coach. The problem they have is with their players. They don't have committed players. They have players that say, whether I play well or not in this game, I'm still going to play the next game. And you see it over and over. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and then Ten Hag that left, over and over, and even during Mourinho's era. The coaches are not the problem. Your players are not just committed enough. They don't want to put their heads into playing a game. And when they seem not to like a coach, they sort of, I used to see that thing during the times of, in Chelsea, during the times of Terry G, I call it Terry G, Lampard and co. Even in the Super Eagles, I used to see it. When they don't like a coach, they'll play rubbish and then the coach gets sacked. But you see this Man U team, the fault is not of the coach. The fault is from the players. People like Fernandes, I don't understand. Why do they make him a star man? And then Garnacho, you are blaming Garnacho, you are blaming some other players for the sack of this coach. The players are not good enough. They are not committed enough to get the job done. If I were Man U, I wouldn't focus my energy on wanting to beat Chelsea on Sunday. I focus my energy on revamping my team, changing my team structure, bringing in fresh young boys that know how to do this thing. See Chelsea, they started from small, they started from scratch. They got young boys and they got their game going now. Now Chelsea has like 2 or 3 standard teams. If they don't use this set of players, they'll use this set of fresh players. They're not churning out the same people. The same people can come on to the next game. No, they take this lineup, play this game, take another lineup, play this game, take another lineup, combined lineup, and play. It saves them the headache. But they didn't start in 2 games like Man U is planning to do, Leicester and Chelsea. It took them a whole season. Chelsea failed for a whole season under Pochettino. But then, look at them now. It's getting better. I think currently Chelsea is 5th on the log. The season just started, and I think they're going to do better. And the good thing, they've played the stronger team. So if Man U is going to make hay this season, because I think they're on 14th position rather, as of now, and then you want to play Chelsea that is strong, you are going to 16th. My advice for Amorim, the new coach, Ruben, look for new players. Stop going for names. If one of the conditions they gave you is to play with your big names, my brother, you are going to go the way of Ten Hag. Because if you cannot scout your own players yourself, bring in the players you think can do the job, bench the old legs that are not giving you results, that didn't give the old coach results, you're going to fail. You're being set up to fail. And I say it, pump and play, you're being set up to fail. If you cannot do the needful, get your new players, imbibe in them your new culture, because these old guys are not ready to learn. They just want to go in there, play, get their weekly wages, and go out. At the end of the day, they might probably leave the team for another team. So get your team and put the mentality of what you want them to play in their head. If nobody's taking it, you drop them. You see, that's why I like Maresca. He tells you, if you don't do what I say, I put you on bench. And the board is solidly behind him. So Man United is not going to get it right if the board does not take its hands off the decisions of the coach. And if the coach is not ready to take hard decisions against players that are not willing to play, he's not going to succeed. Man U is probably one of the biggest clubs in Europe, but they need a coach that has a very tough hand and knows what he's doing. Maybe they should get Ancelotti when he leaves, or maybe after this guy, because I know this guy probably might not stay long, Ruben. Might not stay long. Maybe get Zidane, somebody they respect, not a newbie coach. That's what I see him as. He's a newbie coach. Yes, he's doing well in his league, but this is the EPL. You can't determine your stay in the EPL from a lower league where you can come from. So we're going to give him time and see how it goes. And then for Osimhen, I think Osimhen is going to find his rhythm more because he's beginning to score more goals. And I don't know, Chelsea should really go for him. Chelsea should really go for him, because it's going to actually improve the attacking prowess and make the team a much more formidable force. Because if you see an attacker like Osimhen in front, no defender wants to leave his space. No defender. I'm saying this because Osimhen is a goal-getter. He's a do-or-die affair man. He wants to score. If I want to compare him, I'd compare him with Drogba. I'd compare him with Haaland, because these are guys that fight for the ball. They want to score. They want to do more. They want to do better for their teams. So Chelsea need this sort of player. Arsenal need this sort of player. But if they think they do, because the last game I saw Arsenal play 4-2-3-1, So and Chelsea plays that regularly. So if you do that, you need the kind of attacker that can do box to box. And I think Osimhen does box to box. He does box to box. He comes into the midfield, plays out from the midfield, gives you the ball, and he takes off. So if you have that kind of player that is fast and has sense, why don't you just pay the money? Pay the money. Chelsea board, just pay the money. Okay, I think it will work fine and good for all of us. All right, so that's our cap on what is happening in the football world with me right here on All Stars and Chill podcast. Thank you for watching. For all those that are watching us for the first time, we love you. Thank you for watching. And for our returning subscribers, thumbs up to you. All right, so subscribe. Click on the button, the subscribe button, the notification bell, and then wait for our next video that we'll be uploading. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.